This is my new to me classic AMC Pacer, and you are not going to believe the backstory behind this one. And also, what did I get myself into? Oh boy. All right, hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Take a look at my new Pacer. Embrace the glory. Got a few things I'd like to talk to you about with it. And hey, I know I'm supposed to be working on other projects. I don't need another one, but well, I got one. I ended up trading my Jeep Patriot for this car. My Patriot was, it was pretty nice as my daily driver, but for a while here now, I've been kind of wanting to, get out of it, do something different. And I ended up offering it to this guy just to see if he'd even be interested. And well, it's now in my garage. So, last weekend, my dad and my friend Smiley and we drove all the way down to central Missouri, about 100 and so miles southwest of St. Louis. And we live here in central Wisconsin. So it was about a 10-hour trip, 10-hour drive one way. And I trailered my Patriot all the way down there. And I don't want to say I bought this sight unseen. I tried to do as much homework as I could. I've actually seen this car before. I actually saw it at AMO, which is American Motors Owners Club show back in 2016 in Rockford, Illinois. And I remember the car being rather nice, and it is rather nice, but it does have some rough edges. And you know what? The car that I traded for it, was also rough around the edges as well. But I can't wait to begin to start showing you this. Like I said, I really didn't want another project, and it really wasn't supposed to be, but let's face it, all these cars are going to be a project at, one point or another. I did get a chance to drive it down there. In fact, it was so much fun driving this car. Gosh darn, it was so much fun. Wait till you check out what's under the hood here. Are you ready for this? V8. Original 304 AMC. Yeah, I don't know how they cram this in there either. But I will get into why the air cleaner is off. But first, just check out how crammed this thing is in here. I mean, I don't know if you can even see, but look at that steering shaft. It's basically got a 1/2 inch of clearance before it hits the exhaust header. I mean, this thing had to be a nightmare working for the techs back in. I mean, not only that, but the hood opens backwards. I mean, you talk about just trying to get in here towards the front of the engine. Are you supposed to climb on the glass? And also the front cowl hangs over a quarter of the engine. I mean, that's the carb, so that's about the center. And what? I mean, got about 2 inches of clearance before that. I mean, look, the Pacer here, they had all these ideas. We're going to have all this headroom and we're going to have all this space. It's the first wide, small car. We're trying to have all these selling points. Like if you look at the dash here, oh, look at all this legroom you got. And don't forget the door on the passenger side is, I think it's 1 or 2 inches longer. So that way you can get in the back seat real easy. We had all these ideas back in the day, but they were just so tunnel visioned that they wanted it to work one single way, and they were going to do anything they could to get that to work. So I know I'm going off track here, but just take a look at this glass here. It is so tall on the upper portion, and it's so small on the bottom that the glass can't even roll down all the way. That is bottomed out, and they got a little bit of glass sticking out here. Well, what did AMC do to remedy that? They made the door panel higher so it sits flush with the glass. So when you put your arm out the window, you're not setting it on glass. Hey, problem solved, right? Oh, man. I got a little bit of a cold. Sorry about my sniffling, but all right. Take a look back here. Classic AMC Pacer. This is really a beautiful car. It just has a little bit of flaws. The classic AMC Pacer rot out back here. Not the guy I bought the car from, but the previous owner to him put these bumper stickers over the top. There's some rust, some rot back here. This is a really solid car, just it has the classic Pacer rust. And from what I understand, water will seep back in here and it has no place to go. Apparently they never thought about putting drainage holes or whatever so water would collect. And then what's it going to do? It's going to, well, find its own place or own way to get out, usually in the form of rot. But interior here, it's, a little faded, a little dirty. I mean, the guy put new carpeting in. He built, this is some kind of custom console that he put in here. Not bad, actually. I really think was done pretty well. The red that he put over the top of it is a little bit too red, but I think maybe if I come in here and I could probably dye these seats, and it would probably really, really help as far as blending in. But again, for now, with all the other projects I have going on, I'd like to get this car running and driving again, and I'll talk a little bit about that. But first, before I talk about that, I just want to show you this. You might be confused, and I'll explain it. You see this, Pacer X, Pacer DL. Well, what is it? Is it a Pacer X? Is it a Pacer DL? Well, it's this one. It's a Pacer DL. But hey, the Pacer X decals, I think really actually sharpened the car up. They look really nice. But, yeah, conflicting stories. But here, I'll prove it to you. It's not a Pacer X. First of all, I know these 5-slot mags were installed by a previous owner. So the Pacer DL would not have had that fancy of a rim. The interior, more giveaways that it's a DL. Pacer X would have had bucket seats, a center console. It would have had a floor shift for a Pacer X. So no matter what, that is correct, that floor shift. It also would have had center gauges down here, telling you different things about the car. Well, it don't have that. And don't forget the steering wheel. It would have had the sports grip, the 3 bars and the 3 holes. And it don't have that either. So that has been clarified for you. Not that you might not have wanted to know, but hey, well, now you know. Pacer X, sporty. Pacer DL, more comfort, lavish. Velour seats. So that was the difference between that. All right, now I'll get into why this car is, unfortunately, another project for me. More so than what I wanted it to be. I kind of wanted it to just be fixed as I go. But unfortunately, I now have a problem that I need to fix before I can drive it and fix it more, if you know what I mean. But anyway, what you see here, well, first of all, this car has all of its emissions. This is the diverter valve for the smog pump that's on the front for the air that gets injected into the manifolds. Pretty cool that it has all of its emissions, a rather unmolested vehicle. Unfortunately, it does not have the EGR valve hooked up as far as all that goes. So Not all of it's, in use. But, boy, this cold is kicking my butt. Anyway, what you see in the center here, this is actually a Holley Sniper fuel injection kit. So the guy that I bought it from, he rarely drove the car. And when he did drive it, he was having problems with a vapor lock, I guess, from what I understand. Car wasn't running very well, and he wanted, so he could drive it more often, he wanted to have fuel injection, turn the key, vroom, right? Well, he was having problems with the EFI as well. And then I think he just said, screw it, I don't care. And he owned the car 10 years. And from what I understand, he drove the car, had it out maybe 10 times. So not driven very much, kind of gave up on it, bah humbug is kind of what I understand. So now here I come along and I want to try to figure out, what is this thing doing? So essentially it was kind of idling high. It had weird AFR readings and it was really surging. Well, come to find out, long story short, I believe we have a defective Holley Sniper throttle body here. And I'll insert a video right here showing what it's doing. So as you see, this thing at idle is just pouring gas. It's just dumping it right down the throttle body, the barrels there. And from what I understand, because this is one of the first snipers that was ever made from like 2017 or something like that. And apparently that was a common problem from what I'm understanding. And I'll probably have to actually send that into Holley. So unfortunately, that is the cold hard truth regarding that. But other than that, the Pacer it's a very original car. And as I said in the beginning, you're not going to believe the backstory on this. I really wish I could get some proof that this happened, but aside from the, minor dings and dents the car has from, hailstorms or, getting too close to it in the garage, if you looked on the car, you'll notice two of these things. What does that look like to you? And how about this one over here? Yeah. Well, folks, the story I got on this car is that those are actually bullet holes. Yeah, you heard that right. Bullet holes. Apparently, when the car was new-ish, I guess, so not the previous owner, but the owner before him, I got a chance to talk to him. He doesn't know when. He doesn't know if there's any news articles or whatever, but the car was apparently involved in a robbery of some sort. I don't know if it was stolen. I don't know if the person who was driving it. Apparently, it was also a dealership promotional vehicle. So this guy would drive it around town, showing off the new Pacer X Pacer DL. Look at this car. So maybe he did the dirty work or somebody stole it. Don't know, but from the original owner, which apparently was a little old lady in Boise, Idaho, she told him it was involved in some type of robbery. So we got two bullet holes, and hey, it's a hell of a freaking story. I'm definitely going to leave those bullet holes alone. I would definitely like to fix the little flaws the car has. It's got some paint that's kind of seen better days. It's got some dents. Here's a big soup bowl right here. I'm not sure what the heck happened there, but, eventually I'd like to get the car fixed up, painted nicer. I'm not saying a whole paint job, but, can we at least, fill in the dents a little bit? And can we maybe pull some of the easier ones, fix some of the rust, and so forth. But again, that's a project way down the line. As I've said multiple times, I have other things that I want to do, and I really just wanted to be able to drive the car as is. And unfortunately cannot do that right now because of the Holly problems. But anyway, do you guys have any cool stories of a Pacer? You guys have any, like did your mom or your aunt have one? I'd love to hear about it. I'm so excited to own this car. I did trade a pretty nice Patriot. My Patriot, like I said, did have its problems. I am kind of sad to see it go, but the little bit I drove this car, I was grinning from ear to ear. And I'm so excited to be able to own it. And I'm getting a lot more fun. And I don't think it's going to wear off easy. I'm getting so much more fun driving this than I did my Patriot. And again, I know I'm comparing apples to oranges. A Patriot's a newer daily driver, and this is a Pacer. But I think as far as the fun factor and what it means to me, I'm going to be having so much more fun in this thing. But hey, share some stories of a Pacer, or maybe if you're a younger guy, you're just getting into this type of stuff, Have you ever heard of a Pacer before? What do you think of it? What do you think of this weird and wacky design? Tell me about it. I'd love to hear about it. And I'm just giddy. I can't wait to start driving this thing again. But anyway, like I said, my dad and my close friend Smiley, we went down to Central Missouri to pick it up. So I will now play some clips from that. Enjoy. Got everybody in the car?
Yeah.
How's it going, Smiley? And my dad?
Yeah,
It's too early.
Here we go.
So what is the ways now saying?
About halfway there, 325 miles to go. In the middle of nowhere, Illinois. Fighting the wind. Got my foot almost to the floor. It sucks. This sucks. It's pretty bad.
Yeah, if they turned off the fans out there, it probably wouldn't be as windy. But yeah, the truck is constantly having to downshift just to maintain the speed limit.
I can't even get to the speed limit.
But I mean, yeah, she's quite breezy out today. That is for sure. All right, we got updates. We are currently going through Collinsville, Illinois, which is a suburb of St. Louis, Missouri. In fact, I just saw the tip top of the arch over there somewhere on the other side of those trees. We are still battling the wind hardcore, but we're still chugging along. Jeep is still following us for the time being. Arriving in Missouri where we need to go. It's about another, let's say about another hour or so, right? Or
2 hours to the destination.
Yep, 2 hours to the destination. So if you look closely, you can see downtown St. Louis and the arch. Unfortunately, we're not going that way. I wish I could zoom, but I'm using a GoPro. But yeah, it's over yonder. So we are currently in Fenton, Missouri, which is a suburb of St. Louis, at Wally's, which is kind of like a Buc-ee's, but everyone's got a nice Grand Wagoneer out front. I don't know if there's only 2 locations still or if there's more, but I think they're pretty much building along Route 66. So Fenton, Missouri. Oh, there's 2 other Grand Wagoneers over there, I see, behind the pump Rob's on. So there's 3 Wagoneers here. All right, we finally got off of I-44, got to our exit.
30 miles to go.
And only 30 miles.
45 minutes.
A lot of antique stores. Oh, look at that steak beer sign. That is awesome. Old neon. Okay, we are gonna stop on the way out and steal that on the way back home tomorrow. Next to Clancy's. antique store, which there is a bunch down here, and I wanted to stop at every one, but Rob says no. This is neat. You don't see this stuff from the interstate.
That guy's got a banjo too.
Does Missouri have the southern stereotype?
In this area, I'd say.
Okay. Yeah, I'm interested to see if some of the locals have a little bit of a twang in their voice. I'm sure they do.
I'm sure they do.
We have made it to Salem, Missouri, where there's the Main Street Cafe and the bank.
Very
You can tell very not visited.
school.
Old school, yeah. Oh, we got the motorcycle gang. It's a cool little downtown. But the little town hall or town square over here is pretty neat. Flying W Boutique. It does remind us a lot of the rural parts of Tennessee, where we were last June.
G&R Guns.
Sales and service. Right next to the barber shop. You want to go get your gun cleaned while you're getting your hair cut.
What is this? Fire protection.
Yeah, I would say it looked like a fire department.
Firehouse, yeah.
A pretty fancy new Domino's and a Casey's. It's not no quick trip, but and I think we got a streetwalk worker. I don't know.
Keep going.
Don't make eye contact. Just keep driving.
Yep.
A Yankees Chinese restaurant. Oh, it's a buffet.
Oh boy, Dad, we're stopping.
I don't think you can get him to stop there.
Hey, KFC.
We'll just drop him off at KFC and we'll go to Chinese. There has been a Jeep following us the whole way here, like tailgating. I'm not sure what he wants, but
You are really funny.
someone's got to be the comedy relief in this place.
From a car that I'm trading for, potentially 99.99% sure, is this AMC Pacer, 1978, original V8 car.
Give her some gas. Yep, she's hasn't run in a while, but factory 304 V8. Woo! It's a nice car. Original paint, even. Uh-oh. Yeah. EF5 probably needs to relearn and remap everything. I'll watch your front corner here. I bet. You want to tell how we can tell we're in the right place? Is a fully working dealership side. That's neat. We got a lot of cool stuff here. No reverse lights, that's an easy fix. Probably a reverse light switch. Straight back, Rob.
Yeah, straight back, you're good. There you go.
You want to just take it yourself, or you want me to go with you and we'll go?
Oh, yeah, why don't you come with?
So tell us about it, Rob. How was the first drive?
This thing's got balls. And it's very fun to drive, absolutely. Yep.
Is it fast as the Hornet?
No.
But I mean, it could be worked into as fast as the Hornet.
This thing's a heavy girl.
Oh,
It is a heavier car.
yeah. How much do these Pacers weigh with the V8s in them?
Oh, I can't remember exactly.
Probably be over 4,000, I would imagine.
Over 4,000 pounds.
It's heavier than the Gremlins and the Hornets.
Oh, I can believe that.
I was just surprised. There's no way that a Pacer should be this fast. I put my foot down to the floor, so.
So, looks like the Patriot is coming off the trailer. Okay, Rob, how's it going?
A little flustered. Not a lot. Well, it's mostly all packed now.
Yep, a lot of spare parts for the Pacer. This still got to put a transmission in here, and then an axle on the front of the trailer, preferably. But Rob's doing his strap routine. I got the Pacer loaded down with everything. A bunch of glass underneath there. We need to go to Walmart and buy some cheap blankets and layer them. But we need a cushion between the pieces of glass back here because we got a bunch of side glass, door glass, rear hatch glass. We'll need to insulate, but we'll do that tomorrow before we leave to head back to Wisconsin. But let's face it, we are beat. Up at 5 in the morning. It's verging on 8 o'clock right now, so it was a long day. And yeah, Patriots over there, Pacers here. So, all right, we made it to our Airbnb. Car's on the trailer, stuff's in the car and in the trailer, or the truck. We stopped by the guy's sister's house on the other side of town and picked up another AMC 20 axle for a Pacer. Got it strapped down to the front, and also in the back of the truck is another Torque Flight transmission. That is a good core.
Yeah.
So we're gonna hunker down for the night, have a good, delicious McDonald's meal, since that's the only thing that was open at 9 o'clock at night.
And then we gotta make an emergency truck repair because that light won't turn off.
Yep, Rob's Chinesium is Chinesiuming right now, so the light will not turn off. And we do not want a dead battery because I really don't feel like taking the battery out of the Pacer and holding it to the terminals of the side post to get it to start in the morning. But locking everything up, grabbing all of our luggage.
Gotta pop that out of there.
Yeah. Yep, so gotta grab all of our luggage quick, gotta grab my beer, and we'll be on our way. And you guys will see us tomorrow. All right, it's morning, Monday, April, I don't know. I shouldn't be standing next to the highway here. It's about 6 a.m. We are waking up, showered, getting ready to go back home. Got the Pacer here still here. We had one heck of a thunderstorm roll through last night at around midnight. That was tracking, that's north, so we was tracking northeast from us, and we were right in the line of the heavy stuff. So we survived that. We're gonna go find some breakfast the next town over in Rolla, Missouri, and then jump on I-44 and head back after we get food and this thing filled up with gas again. But we'll do a check and be on our way.
On our way home, truck's doing all right. Pacer's on board. Belly full of Wally's gas station food,
Which is very good.
Very good. Coming up to St. Louis here. Here's the arch in the distance.
Yep, somewhere right around there above my little sausage finger. Also, Rob found me this and figured it was fitting. It's a can koozie, so sure of it.
About 463 miles and 6.5 hours to go.
What do you think of the arch, Rob?
It's upside down hyperbola.
I'm gonna say that I understand that. Well, we finally made it back. Just pulled in. Now we gotta get her unloaded from the trailer, get everything out of the car enough so we can take her for a run around the block.
All right, guys, so in a nutshell, that's my new to me AMC Pacer with a 304 V8 that I traded my 2011 Jeep Patriot for. So I got my Pacer. It needs a little work. I have a few other projects that are in line that I will probably be focusing on here more, especially my Concord drag car that I've started like 6 months ago. but you know that it's been on hold, waiting for parts, you know, stuff like that. But in the meantime, you know, I was trying to work on my Desert Eagle. Now I got this thing. This thing doesn't need, I don't think, as much. I can at least drive it around as it is. You know, for the most part, it'll, you know, still be fun to drive. But I want you guys to tell me what you think. What do you think of the AMC Pacer and the trade that took place for it? Let me know how I did. I'd really appreciate your feedback on it. But anyway, that's my Pacer. All right, guys, thank you very much for watching. Please let me know what you think of it. I would love to know. All right, guys, we will AMC you later. Bye-bye.